mind is okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh.
Hello there. Opeyemi Bamidele. Or rather, Opeyemi Adewale. Ẹ̀yin tí Kòròdú. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Diary politico. Mayegun diary. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary, àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdò. Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are joining from. Tonight, I hope I will be able to take some calls where you can indeed add your own contribution as well. But until then, share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. There is an Amber Alert. 50,000 naira offered by the Ondo State governor or government for, anyone who can volunteer valid information on the locations
of the terrorists in Ondo State. Yes, but the key word, terrorists and Ondo State. The government of Ondo State under, Rotimi Akeredolu has admitted that indeed there is presence of ISWAP, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists in Ondo State, which otherwise mean they are confirming it that they are in Yoruba land. Share the broadcast.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í ṣe. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra jù.
There's another one. The other one I'm going to try to dig into tonight is this Nigeria power problem, or should we say the Nigeria made power problem, the scam like the NNPC of Nigeria, which is just the piggy bank of the owners of Nigeria, mainly the northern parasite called political leaders. I want to add some sort of, an opening into this, a question, sort of, that will open other questions, and possibly we're going to actually have the answers as well tonight. Let's say, I haven't forgotten that there was a time that they sold NEPA. When they sold NEPA, they changed the name to PHCN, Power Holding Company of Nigeria, or Power Holding Company Nigeria, meaning they have deregulated the power sector. It was now controlled by private sectors, the private owners. But that was a fraud. Until recently, they said, no, we didn't sell everything. We only sold transmission. We kept the ownership of generation, which is power generation. Now, that's a twist, right? But that's not just the fraud. Now, if you have sold transmission, meaning the people who are working in those companies, transmitting power, selling them, and earning from those sales, and their staffs, they are no longer responsibility of the government of Nigeria. But ordinarily, it was all lies, cooked up, a smoke screen, lies packaged just to enrich their few friends while they keep their bills and tab on all of you. I will tell you how they did that. How could you say you have sold this company? I mean, you have sold this establishment of business because it's no longer profitable. Corruption ran into the ground, and power sector couldn't really progress and all that. And then people bidded, right? They brought in their money. Oh, we're going to do that and all that stuff. Only for you to realize that their staff are still being paid for by the government of Nigeria. Their promotion, every other thing, they still put them on Nigeria. Then, 10 years or so after, the sold company, the staff in the sold company, they are now lamenting that Nigeria is owing them. Shall no be the scam with the talk with that? Share this and I'll get started.
Lórí Facebook, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Lórí YouTube, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ, àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Ìrẹsì ló bá rúfin o, àní ẹ̀sùn ra kíkó nìna kówó jẹ àní ẹ̀sùn ra ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá àní ẹ̀sùn ra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò àní ẹ̀sùn ra òkúra olóṣèlú àní ẹ̀sùn ra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti pé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. Don't mind my accent. They change according to my mood. So don't bother. Just listen. For months, if not for years now, especially these last 6 months, where we have been raising alarm, screaming on the top of our own lungs, asking those who have the first responsibility to the people they claim to be leading or representing to come alive to their responsibilities, which starts from, well, security. We also made it so clear on this platform why many of them, even though they are not being so truthful, honest or sincere in their public outbursts many times, but many of them are aware the reasons why, or should I say, the roadblock, the stumbling one that they have been experiencing, or why they are being held back from doing what is rightly. Nigeria came under attack of different kinds of terrorists the moment the APC, Egbekegbe, took over power in Nigeria. They sold propaganda, most of them to protect armed terrorists, including Fulani armed terrorists. They divided the citizens, the people themselves, who are actually in danger of what they have been plotting or what they plotted. The people were divided. All of this further contributed to how those who were supposed to act are now more or less walking on an eggshells, being careful while their people are being kidnapped, slaughtered, while their people's farms are being invaded, destroyed, and with nothing, next to nothing they could do. I'll give you instances. After 2015, the terrorism attack in Nigeria escalated. Rather than the government of APC, Egbekegbe, to be sincere and honest and protect the people that gave them that power, supposedly, they chose to protect the terrorists. First, they said it was wrong to ethnicize the act of terrorism in Nigeria by not saying so people are behind it. Just say criminals who are just criminals, not really terrorists. But the victims of the act of terror in Nigeria, the survivors, they know and continue to remember those who attacked them, those who destroyed their villages and communities. In northern part of Nigeria, you have the ISWAP, Islamic State of West Africa province. You have the Boko Haram 1, Boko Haram 2. You have the Fulani armed terrorists. Then you also have the Nigeria uniformed AK-47 and other deadly weapon, carrying weapons, terrorists within the government themselves. But that was just, let me say that is just a start. From 2015, the terrorists started migrating to southern Nigeria. There was an alarm raised by the security group in Yoruba land that as at 2016, there were 1,748 illegal terrorist camps in Yoruba land alone. I kept repeating that because as the year grew, so were the terrorist cells across southern Nigeria. Just like the people under attack, coordinated attack, Movement APC, Egbekegbe came in, the insecurity that was limited to northeast of Nigeria, Borno, the capital, escalated to as far as Yenagua, Oloibiri, Bayelsa, the creek where the most precious thing there is the black gold, crude oil. The armed terrorists were there. You know why? Initially, the government of APC, Egbekegbe, which Akeredolu is one of them, they told us not to tribalize the terror, not to ethnicize the terror. In fact, the reason for the act of terror in southern Nigeria was because of climate change. Oh, climate change. They needed to feed their cows and they also needed to wet them. Really? Therefore, they had to take lives. But we didn't know early enough that they actually opened the border of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, for the invaders to feel at home. The Yoruba governors, they called out the rest of the southern governors. We need to act. But they knew as Nigeria is structured, they could only make what you call the paper tiger presentation or sort of action. They can only back, but cannot bite. From nowhere, a bold, legal terrorist group surfaced called Miyetti Allah. They became strong stakeholders in the security discussion in Nigeria. They became so prominent that they are also the intermediaries, negotiators for ransom takings for the terrorists who have taken over Nigeria. They live large, protected by governments, and southern governors called a meeting. We need to do something. We can no longer pretend that nothing is happening. We can tell our people are indeed going through the hell in the hands of this armed terrorist. They even told us that it only cost about 300,000 naira to get AK-47. And while the southern governors were still perambulating on what to do, the northern governors, they were backing the terrorist and said it is a normal thing for a Fulani terrorist to carry AK-47 everywhere he goes. It is for his own protection. Nobody should feel somehow about it. And even when they turned into armed robbery, kidnapping, and the rest of that, they are there to tell you they've done nothing wrong. And if you are in doubt, arrest one of them. Take him or her, take him to any of their, any of their police station in Nigeria, and they will be free in a matter of hours. So, Southern governors scored. They said, well, we need to do something now. Yoruba kings were kidnapped. 2 of them were killed. Others were released after ransoms were paid. Reverend fathers, Igwes, prominent people, many people were kidnapped. Those who were unlucky, they died. So they called a meeting, security meeting. They didn't want to call them terrorists because they didn't want to offend the Fulani political, terrorists in government, which happen to be their political masters, in other words. So when they called the security meeting, Baba, they invited Miyetti Allah. The first meeting was called, and they held that meeting in Akure, Ondo State, a state that was already experiencing the terrorist attacks in different villages and communities. But because it is an APC state, they have done everything to continue to bury the story. Never make it major. Don't make it a little big. No. We'll deal with it. They killed the daughter of the leader of a Yoruba socio-political group, Afenifere. They played it down. But underneath, they knew the truth. And they continue to know the truth. So they called a meeting and they invited the terrorist representatives into their meeting in Akure. Some governors didn't go but they are not looking for any safety for anybody. They are all in on it. Yet Allah sat there with their representatives. And guess who piloted the Miyetti Allah to the meeting of governors? Southern governors, northern governors. The chief among them is the Zamfara state governor, a state where they have killed more than 30,000 people between 2015 and 2022. Over 30,000 human beings have been killed in Zamfara alone. And the terrorists perpetuating that terror, they had their representatives sent to a Southern security meeting. But immediately after they finished with the meeting, they said Miyetti Allah was going to join them in identifying the Fulani that are criminals and the ones that are not criminals by joining the security patrol in Yoruba land. We raised the alarm then. Are you mad? Miyetti Allah to come and help us protect us in Yoruba. Are you mad? But it didn't take long before the core fanatic terrorists in government, the governors from northern Nigeria, you know what they did? They called another meeting in northern Nigeria. The ones who attended the one called by Southerner, they also attended that one. And the final verdict was the Southerners are ganging up against the North. That is why the Southerners are talking about security, are talking about banning open grazing, are talking about movement of cows, banning the movement of a cow on foot. All of those security measures mentioned at that meeting, they were all plot against northern Nigeria. Final, Sefini. The southern Nigeria, Yoruba land, Amotekun was birthed. We can protect ourselves. We have the people. We should have the arms and all that to keep us safe. But the rogues who want the privilege of being called leaders and leaders, governors, elders, respect your elders. You need to respect the leaders. They don't have balls to keep us safe. Therefore, they could go round and round and round, buy time, while many of you will probably have to pay with your lives. Seriously. What did they do? They came together again. They said, no, we're going to start our own security outfit, Amotekun. And we're going to do it legally. I mean, they got elected, Abby. They were supposed to have been elected by the people. In the federal system of government, right? You see all those federating units, they were supposed to be semi-independent states on their own. But because those who put Nigeria together fraudulently, they put together a unitary system whereby just one single remote control would have to direct everyone, even if it's actually directing you to hell, where you are going to what? To perish. You just have to go and die. That's exactly what Nigeria is. But these governors, they know that. They don't have the balls. But they pretended to. What did they do? They decided to call out their own National Assembly members, call their own State Assembly members, and they said they were going to make laws to establish a security outfit. Following the law, supposedly, they established Amotekun. The reasons why they established Amotekun, the only primary reason was because of the main security report in the hands of your politicians you called political leaders. The security report says Yoruba land has been surrounded long time ago. And if they should decide to strike today, we are all just sere. I'm not saying we won't fight. We'll fight. But guess what? We will be crushed because the supposed leaders that you have, the unscrupulous or the ballless opportunists that you call political leaders, they have used them to mentally weaken you, psychologically subdue you, and then economically, with their cooperation, Nigeria has completely disempowered you. So their job is to keep you perpetually subdued. They don't know for how long, but as long as they do that, they will be getting paid. They will be getting rewarded. And they can always go and take care of their own families elsewhere. But they still don't know how long they can hold you. They have all these security reports. They do. I mean, your DPO, the DPO in your own area, the DPO on your street, have the security reports of what is going down in that area. But the security information, the information they have in the Nigeria context, they have more value when they are sold to criminals than when they are used to stop crime. Do you understand that? So your governors, your politicians, they talk about all these things, their security details, their friends in the army, in everywhere, they know all of this. But for political exigencies, for political conveniency, they better just keep quiet. Something called conspiracy of silence. But whenever it is convenient, you can then try play to the gallery like Akeredolu is doing right now. They made laws, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they debated laws, the limitations, the power, the reach, and every other thing that Amotekun needed to provide security for us in Yoruba land. Stop kidnapping, stop farm invasion, stop other criminality. In fact, keep us safe. But they were just gallery playing by the politicians who knew themselves that all of those, they were just for the camera. These people are never going to be allowed to be harmed. Why? Because Nigeria 1999 Constitution says they can only dream and dream now only when Nigeria won't make that happen. It will happen. But in this case, it will never happen. There is already a position on it. All that effort to keep Yoruba land safe, to keep Igbo land and then southern Nigeria safe from this escaping, invading terrorists, they are all attempts against northern Nigeria, according to the Northern Governors Forum and Northern Elders Forum. They all agreed. If you make any move to say protect yourselves, defend yourselves, you are actually saying fight against the North. That's what it means. Your governors know that. But they still dance to the gallery. They bought cars. They painted them Amotekun. They gathered people. They gave them uniforms. They can't give them condo, but they knew that those they were setting them up to go and face, they are carrying AK-47. They know that. But then they turned back to you, the people. Nigeria is not allowing us to harm Amotekun. We are fighting everything to make sure that Amotekun is able to carry gun. Are you still following the scam, the lies, the deceits? Maybe not. The same Akeredolu, who currently is the commandant general, I've been at the major general commandant or something for Amotekun in Ondo State, is now asking for informants in Ondo. I beg, do you know where terrorists are in Ondo State? We'll give you 50,000 naira. Can you tell us, please? Very, very important. We need to keep our people safe. Hey, hello, princess. Do you know where we can find terrorists? Their location, please. We need this information. We'll give you 50,000 naira. Please, all of us must do something. But the question is, when you give them that information, when you tell them, Ikare Akoko on the hill and this side, I saw them there. There is a drone footage. See, look at them armed. Ask yourselves, Shena Kondo Amotekun will go and use to fight them? Do you now see the lie? Do you now see the gallery? Do you now see through what politicians does when it is convenient for them? Security of life and property. Terrorists came to Ondo State. They attacked Owo. They killed over 80 people. And the people of the community, they gathered themselves with whatever they had and said they were going to go after them. Listen, the governor flew back from Abuja, rushed down to Akure, drove down to Owo. Hey, no. Don't go after them. The security are coming. I've called the chief of army staff. I have called this one. I have called that one. Everybody is coming. They are going to go after them. Day one, day two. In order to calm everybody, we have found 2 terrorists. So we just saw them on the side of the road because some our mothers, so they walked naked and they said that everything should bring the terrorists back. And within 2 days, we captured 2 of them because they are wondering about. Say, calm down now. How can you all just be so emotionally drained that you continue to set yourself up? And politicians, just like me now, watching everything, they are also seeing everything. They are looking for means on how to manipulate you, and majority of you are actually setting yourself ready to be manipulated. This whole thing doesn't make any sense. Oh, no. They are not the Owo attackers. In 2 days later, they are not the Owo attackers. In fact, we are still working on arresting the Owo attackers. Alaye, after 2 months, nearly 10 weeks after, we found the Owo attackers inside one hotel where they lodged. Hello. And the people they found, they said the investigation continues. Really? Okay. A week after that, they are now offering us 50,000 naira to give them information where terrorists are in Ondo State. Are you not seeing the lies? I'll tell you something. You see the people who have a chance of keeping us safe, but they continue to play politics with it. Yeah? They themselves are only buying time because they, like you and me, they are also survivors of today and potential victims of tomorrow. Yes, it's going to get worse. And as the likes of Akeredolu continue to lie to the people, the reasons why the Yoruba governors from Oyo to Ogun, to Ondo, to Ekiti, to Osun, to Kwara, and Lagos. The reasons why they will be unable to keep Yoruba land safe against all terrorist attacks that are already happening, and the ones that will happen, is simply because if they come out clean to tell you why, they would have to go against the current arrangement of Nigeria. Yes, they would have to. And going against that right now is simply like saying, as they have been put on notice, the moment they started Amotekun, they told them, we will remember this in 2023. Because we know that you, Yorubas, you have a plan against the North. You have a plan against Fulani, this and that. You remember that? They put them on notice. So, therefore, they decided to keep buying time. But the moment they tell you the truth, that the reasons why the terrorists will continue to live, expand, and grow stronger in southern Nigeria and in Yoruba land in particular is because we want to be the president of Nigeria. And your security, your food or safety, everything is now secondary. Tell me how that is patriotic for anybody who is a Yoruba man or woman watching me right now. Akeredolu is offering 50,000 naira for locations of this or that. People don't need is 50,000 naira to locate the terrorist. Oloye Sunday Igboho, without anybody offering him a dime, pulled his resources together, mobilized like minds, and they went straight after the terrorists. What did the likes of Akeredolu do? What did the likes of all these your political leaders, what did they do? They became intimidated. Doing the right thing is like going against the arrangement of Nigeria, which is do nothing. And if you have to do anything, just make a drama of it. Before you know it, people will get used to it. And before you know it, they wouldn't forget about it, and they will continue to pray that maybe someday something will come and fix it for them. So just play along. Do nothing. Like I told you, APC, Egbekegbe, already divided the people against what they should be united up against. And that's what we are dealing with today. Do you know that? I just thought you should ask yourselves, if your governor says in any part of Yoruba land right now, in every part, brother, you have Amotekun. Sure, you know, they have cars, they have trucks, they have uniform, but they don't have guns. And these are legally established security force, local security force in Yoruba land that should ordinarily provide a sort of supplementary security. If to say the Nigerian police, Nigerian military, their DSS, they're supposed to know a crime before they happen, if to say they have not been compromised, this is just supposed to be a complementary security outfit that, as they say, all security are local. Security is what? Is local. The people living in the communities, they know their communities. If they see strange faces, they can easily raise alarm if they know who to speak to, who to call. And if those they call upon are well equipped enough and trained to handle such security threats in Yoruba land, we have the personnel, but we don't have the tools. Not having the tools is also deliberate. If your politicians are dancing the palongo on the grave of those that are being killed in Yoruba land, and you are jubilating and celebrating them. When it is your turn, I beg you, do not blame them. Do not blame anybody. Just blame yourself. Akeredolu, Sanwo-Iku, Dubious Dapo, Sheyi, which other one? Which one is in Oshu again? Oletola, the other one in Ekiti. They have all the security information they need. But every time they turn the pages, the perpetrators, the criminals, the major of them who are actually kidnapping and collecting ransoms, they come from the one tribe that they don't want to offend. Therefore, they can pretend not to know anything. In fact, they will tell you, we are just chief security officers. We don't have any power. Are they even fighting for that power? That's what I said. If they want us to be safe, they would have to go against the status quo of Nigeria. The status quo currently of Nigeria is that every part of Nigeria will only be provided, security in every part of Nigeria will only be provided for as sanctioned by the Fulani government of Nigeria. Be bold enough to say it. And your governors know that. Ondo State, as the rest of Yoruba land, and the people living therein, they are living in the arm's way of, well, if you are caught, just hopefully pray that your ancestors will allow those who have money to pay your ransom or whatever happened, because Nigeria is at a stage whereby if they take you or if they are attacking your community, you don't even have an SOS number to call. We don't have any. Amotekun was supposed to be that SOS legally. At least if they say state actors, non-state actors, state actors, non-state actors, say your governors are non-state actors, your lawmakers are non-state actors, the laws they make, are they ultra fire? No. Nigeria already made all your political leaders, from southern Nigeria in particular, they have already made them persona non grata. They are non-state actors. The only state actors are those sanctioned by them, by the system. If you want it to be different, then you would have to go against it. Just like people like us are asking, break it up and save lives. Break these things up and save lives. Yorubas need no permission from anywhere or anybody to protect ourselves, or the type of protection we want to give to ourselves. If all those who parade themselves as political leaders in Yoruba land, if they have the balls, if they are not unscrupulous element, cowards, entitled, lazy scavengers, trust me, we need no permission from anyone. Even in a federating unit, a federal system of government, where other federating units are sub-dependent, like they are semi-dependent. They are supposed to be autonomous to some extent. When security of the country fails in the hand of the federal government, you go back to the reserve. Where do you get the reserve from? You get them from the indigenous people who are ready to keep themselves safe. Zamfara said everybody should go and get AK-47. Ondo State government is telling the people to go and get CCTV, and they should go and get, they should give them information and collect 50,000 naira. The question is, if they give them the information, ask yourselves, what are they going to use to track the terrorists? Are they going to tell the Nigerian army or Nigeria police, the victims of kidnapping in southern Nigeria, many of them who survived, they came back to say, when their ransoms were paid, when their family members were paying ransoms, the location of where the terrorists collected the ransoms from them, they are mostly not far from military barracks, military roadblocks or police roadblocks, which means they work hand in hand. I have it on record from a victim as well that said, when they were coming to pay a ransom of over 30 million, they got to a roadblock. Guess who were at the roadblock? The Nigerian soldiers. So when they got there, the soldiers stopped the Okada. They knew that the people who pass through that route are always coming to pay ransom to terrorists. So they collected the money, the bag, and they dipped their hands in the bag. They dipped and they took some of the money and they gave them the rest. And they told them, When you get there, tell them that we don't take our cuts. They won't do anything to you. And true to their word, when they go to the location and they pay the ransom, when the terrorists said, the money, the money is short, they said the soldiers at the roadblock, they collected, they said that we should tell you that. And I said, oh, these soldiers again, damn Boroba. Anyway, that's how they got their family released. True story, oh. True story. Compromised. So they know. If you give them the information, who is going to be the next point of call for Akeredolu? If you give them the information, who is going to be the next of call for your governors? Tell me, who? The Nigerian police, the Nigerian military. Isn't that not the same thing? Because if they should say they should give the information to Amotekun, if the Amotekun come across this war-ready terrorist and the type of weapons they carry, Shena Kondo or Lokpa, Amotekun will take fight. Okay. I just thought you should see through that. And I'm saying it now. If anybody is interested in security of Yoruba land, they should stop being clever by half. They should stop being politically correct. Yoruba land cannot be protected by the Yorubas simply because Nigeria won't allow it. Your politicians know that. Your political representatives know that. Anything else they tell you, buying cars for police, giving police money, all of those things they do on display, telling you that they are buying them to keep you safe. You and I know they are never going to keep you safe. You know it. What will keep you real safe is when they indeed go after the terrorists, the criminals, and they are brought to justice. They are brought to book. And you see them jailed or go down for their crimes. And the prevention of similar crime in any part of Yoruba land, they had what should be done. Trust me, it's not by dancing to the gallery. I'll give you 50,000 naira. That's the same thing I was feeling when I was reading about the Nigerian PHCN. See, if I am wrong, listen, I am so open to learn and to be corrected. This whole confusion is not so confusing. It is the scam hidden behind it. And so many other similar stories that should be template to tell you the fraud that every policy of those who call themselves the rulers or reigners of Nigeria are up to. Listen to this. So, Nigeria is meant to be the biggest oil producer in Africa, okay? But somehow, vandalism, militancy in Niger Delta, okay? And at the same time, oil spillage and all that have contributed to huge loss of that oil from extraction to transportation. You know, if you are familiar with Niger Delta, I've bet some of these faces or groups, they will ring bells, right? So because of the act of terrorism in Niger Delta, where armed young and old people formed different militant terrorist group at the time, and their own terrorism was economic sabotage. So Nigeria, rather than produce 3 million barrels of crude oil every day, that's dwindled down to 1.8 million by the time this terrorist government of Bukwari, APC, Egbekegbe, took over. So when they took over, around that time, they were able to make a deal with the terrorists, the militants in Niger Delta. They gave them a lot of money. And so many of them are so rich right now, very, very rich. And they continue to draw, money from Nigeria, codedly for peace that you have seen in Niger Delta. But something happened. Rather than then that to increase oil production in Niger Delta or the oil producing regions, right? It's drastically depleted and reduced. Why? When the militancy reduced or stopped to some extent, oil bunkering skyrocketed. Today, Nigeria is now losing over 500,000 barrels of crude oil to bunkerers every day. You heard me right. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about 500,000. Do you know those behind oil bunkering? You and me, we know if you do bunkering. Even the militants that are blowing up oil pipeline and all that, they don't do bunkering. The brains behind bunkering are the politicians, the current and past generals in the Nigerian military, security forces, and the list is long, but the main ones are the military generals. It's been like that for so long. It's like their own industry. So what they do is that once they steal the oil, the generals, the navals, and the rest of them, they will now provide security for this huge vessel. Let me tell you something. Apart from Biafra land, the Igbo land in Nigeria, the other most militarized, policed region in Nigeria is the Nigeria Creek, the waterways of the Niger Delta. It is the most dangerous waterways in the whole world. Those who control that waterway are numerous, but the king among them, they are the Nigerian generals, past and present, the politicians of the NDDC, the local chiefs to some extent, but the generals. So what happened? To steal oil, not be to pump crude oil inside the jerrycan. Alaye, we are talking about 10,000, 20,000 ton vessel carrying raw crude oil from the deep creek of Niger Delta, and nobody stopping them. And they will move them, those, vessels, they move them in and they guide them out of the creek into the big sea and straight. Not just that, the same cabal controls the countries that will receive those stolen oil from Nigeria. Before APC, Egbekegbe, they said that Nigeria was losing over 120,000 barrels to oil thieves in Niger Delta. Today, the crude oil loss to thieves under APC, Egbekegbe, is now over 500,000 barrels a day. You heard me right, like I said, 500,000 barrels a day. And what happened? That also depleted what Nigeria is now producing a day. At some point, Nigeria oil production every day dropped from 1.8 million barrel a day down to 800,000 barrel a day. Nigeria was losing over 1 million at some point. It was that bad, yes. What does that translate to? I'll tell you. You have a company that is supposed to be government-controlled company. The name is NNPC, Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation. I don't know if that is correct, but that's what my mind told me. They have so many abbreviations, by the way, for so many useless thieving, organizations, or agencies that they put up only just to become their own, their own siphoning windpipe, or no, not windpipe. Windpipe is wind. Pipe, drain pipe. That's what I wanted to say. Drain pipe. They have different organizations with different funny names. But you know this one, NNPC. That is the Nigeria National Oil Company. The one that is in charge of how oil production, sale, the fund, and every other thing that has to do with oil production in Nigeria. You know that Nigeria doesn't produce anything. That oil, Nigeria doesn't produce it. Okay? Now, companies, then at them, they extract the oil. When they extract the oil, and the oil is sold, they will take their money from it. They will now give Nigeria what is called royalty. The company that can collect that royalty is that NNPC. You see, that royalty comes from when the company says we have sold the oil or not. Sometimes they may not give you the money for months. But now let us break this down. NNPC. The person who is in charge of NNPC is the Minister of Petroleum. Because it is the cesspool of their corruption. In fact, it is the raw black gold. Whatever they tell you that they sold is what you have to believe. You don't even know how much they are selling, who they are selling to, and when they are being paid until they told you that they have been paid or they have not been paid. Abi, it is a blind date, a blind business in a blind country that made it easier for the corrupt rogues to make sure that they will never lose the grip of it. Right? So, starting from the president of Nigeria, most of them love to make themselves the Minister of Petroleum, even if they have no business being there. I beg, they can't miss out on that lofty, sweet crude dollars. So what happened? They make the appointment on those who are going to oversee the business. APC, Egbekegbe, came in. Nigeria, oil-producing country that is also importing its own fuel, has no functional refinery, and he makes you, to make it worse, paying through their nose to fund what they called subsidy. So maybe that would have been the better one. But in 7 years, NNPC, under the APC, Egbekegbe, became the only non-profitable oil company in the whole world. It is the only company that is handling the national oil of a country that is also running on deficit, to the point that they are also running late in remitting the same crude oil that they are pumping every day, that they are selling every day, but the money is not coming. This is the 8th month of 2022. NNPC in Nigeria is yet to make a single remittance from the sale of crude oil in Nigeria in the last 8 months. But you don't know that, even though you are cash crunch, you are credit crunched right now, very, very broke. You are in so much debt, but nobody is asking. NNPC, you have been selling crude oil of 1 million a barrel every day since January. Oil price is now over $100 per barrel. Where is the money? Nobody is asking, because you don't even know who to ask. Before you know it, they change the name. Hey, we are now a something cooperative company. Bobo. Guess what? All the staff of this private NNPC now, they are still the staff of federal government of Nigeria. But they've told you, they are now the limited liability company, the limited public company. You can buy shares there. You can do this and that. Ask them, 1 million barrel every day. I think we should have used about 200 days. No. Yeah, about 200 days in 2022. If you are selling crude oil of 1 million barrel every day at the rate of $120 per barrel, that's $120 million per barrel, a day. So calculate $120 million times 200 days. Ask NNPC, where's your money? You don't have it. But if you ask them how much money you have borrowed since January to this time, you have already borrowed over $10 billion. You don't know? Well, I'm telling you right now, you have already borrowed over $10 billion. All the billions of dollars you have sold of crude oil from January, NMPC remitted nothing. But they have a new executive. New company, new this or that. In another 1 year, they will tell you, federal government is owing NNPC staff. Abi? Now that will take me to NEPA. I wasn't too young, I wasn't too young when they told us that they have sold NEPA. And they have changed it to PHCN, Power Holding Company of Nigeria. And since then, they have been holding power. Abi? But yesterday, they created what they called Gencos. Then they created the ones they called Tescos. Don't mind me. I'll tell you what I know, okay? The Gencos, they are the ones they called generation or generating companies. Generating electricity. Gencos. Then the telcos, they call those ones transmission. No, it's not telco. It should be Transco. I don't know. Anyway, transmission company. Their own job is to buy electricity from the generating companies and then distribute the electricity, sell it to you, collect money, go back again and buy more generated electricity. Genco, Tenco, I don't know. Somebody should help me. They have a name. They have a name. Help me. This thing they carry me, they go where I don't know now. Oh yeah, help me. What do you call them? Tesco, I know Gencos, okay? What do you call those ones? Transmission company. Trancos or Trasco, whatever. Is that not clear enough to say the generating companies? Now the companies who came, okay, Disco, distribution. No, it's not transmission company, it's distribution. God bless you. I know you can always come through for me. There's so much. Yeah, Abi? Disco. God bless you. Tararara. Abi? Gencos. Discos. They came from privatization of a power company. They call it the regulation of the power sector. Now, Obasanjo did that. So, people now came, they bidded. We want to be generating electricity. We are generating company. They bidded. Their friends who also rendered power sector useless in Nigeria, who made so much billions. They became power experts, electricity experts. So when there was time for them to bid for companies to come and generate electricity, they called themselves Gencos. They bidded. They bought the place. They said, we are buying all the power station in Nigeria. That's what they sold. They sold the power station in Nigeria to their friends. Yeah, Obasanjo. To start generating electricity. Generate now. Oh yeah, you don't buy them now. Oh yeah, generate electricity. We're waiting for those ones. Then the discos, instead of them to, when NEPA give you power, sometimes they will say power day na half current, that could die like that. Say, this we. So disco said, now waiting then generate then give you. This time around, we are going to make it better. We are going to give you prepaid meters. You are never going to be charged needlessly. If there is no electricity, don't worry yourself. At least you are not using anything. Your meter is not reading. Oh, this is great. Nigeria is going to be great someday. This country is going to be great. So many of you were so hopeful too. That was 20 years ago, by the way. But anyway, you were so hopeful. Abi? Oh yeah, disco. Distribute. First, distribute prepaid meters. Now, where the scam started be that Nigeria factor. You didn't know that they were scamming you. privatization of the power sector. Wetin me I know about privatization? Now, two things. The first one is private people are buying government, they are buying public businesses or public structures to turn them to profitable ventures. Now, we say they call privatization, be that all. They have another one they called PPP, public-private partnership. Okay, privatization, sha, meaning people are going to come and buy government structures that are moribund, no longer serving the people properly, turn them around to profitable ones, even if people have to pay more, but the service will be there, available, like they did with Nitel. Abi, they continue to tell you about Nitel. Privatization. Share today, when they privatized Nitel, and businesses started there, MTN came, Airtel came, Reltel came, others came. So if MTN staffs, if they want to go on strike now who go pay them? NNPC, I don't mix them. Share now MTN go pay them or Nitel? Because I ask myself all these questions, and sometimes I know Nigeria is meant to make you feel mad. But you're not mad. Nigeria is a mad place, led by mad people, and at the same time followed and obeyed by mad people. It's a mad asylum. That's why I'm asking myself all these questions. When they privatized Nitel and they created the MTN and all these things, if they not pay you your salary for MTN, you go blame Nitel, federal government, well, maybe not. All this power thing, na game. Because in Nigeria, when you generate power, you are expected to put it on the national grid. The national grid is controlled by the PHCN, Federal Government of Nigeria. Anything they created, subsidiary, Genco, Disco, they are just smoke screen. The same failure renamed or rebranded. Because if you don't put it in national grid, you see all those Gencos generating electricity from southern Nigeria, generating electricity from northern Nigeria. In order for them to remain in business, they will need to sell those electricity to people who actually uses them, industries and household that are ready to pay. And if you ask me, if I ask you, you and I will agree that most places where people actually pay electricity bills, they are from southern Nigeria. I know some of you don't pay. Don't feel good and think that people know they pay electricity bill in northern Nigeria, then they pay it here. But the most places where electricity bills are paid and southern Nigeria. Therefore, if they want to make a business or they want to make money, Gencos will rather sell the electricity to the companies in southern Nigeria, household in southern Nigeria, than what they will sell to the hamlet, hut, villages where people don't even pay. They don't even have meter. Nobody go there to collect a bill. Because in northern Nigeria, the south is meant to serve the north. When you generate it, put it on the national grid. In the national grid, they can then use their fiat, direct the electricity to Sokoto. Control it and give the people of Kafansha electricity. What about the people of Alagbole? What about the people of Agbara in Ogun State? We'll ration it, give them 12 hours a day. Okay? But you see, some you can travel. They say you will travel so many villages in northern Nigeria. Electricity like that, like this, it be. Like that wish, where they tell you, say they follow your destiny everywhere. And like this electricity be. For so many villages, they say they are wasting away. Who told you they are wasting away? They have the chance of directing it to wherever they want. Your industries and your businesses can continue to run on generators. Abi? Listen, They told you they have privatized it. Oh, somebody said Jigawa, send them to Jigawa. Oh yeah, give them to Yobe. Oh yeah, give this, all those things. I'm not mocking you, people of Yobe. Now Nigeria allowed that because you are supposed to be able to generate your own electricity in Yobe State. Give it to the Yobe people. If Nigeria was meant to be a country, you in Kano, in Sokoto, in Kaduna, all of you who are very close to Kainji Dam, you see that Kainji electricity, They were supposed to give you electricity in northern Nigeria, not to be shared with the southern Nigeria. Same thing, southern Nigeria who wants to use turbine power to generate power. They want to use, what do they call this thing? There's this atomic, no, I don't want to say atomic bomb. How come all these terminologies are not coming tonight? You know this thing they said that if you are building nuclear weapon, I got it, nuclear plants. You know, say these days, because of all this war here and there, if you hear nuclear, now bomb you go to think of. No. Some people can use nuclear power to generate electricity. Baba, now for life, power no go at all. I've heard about that. They said the power, the kind of the battery that the nuclear plant can generate, Baba, now for like 1 million years. So southern Nigeria can use nuclear power to generate electricity, power homes, and all of that in perpetuity. Power no go. They don't have to share it with anybody. But when you now generate, the transmission company can then decide to sell to places where they cannot generate their own power. That's what it's supposed to be. But in Nigeria, no. Lie. If you do that now, some people are going to be poor now. They are not going to be able to. No, we can't allow that. For the sake of one Nigeria, put everything in the national grid. But the one we can't they make the scam look so disappointing is this. Nigeria has no electricity, you know that, like at the Genco, at the Disco, nobody's responsible right now. You know that, Abi? But something happened yesterday. They said the electricity workers were going on strike. Therefore, they will shut down the entire Nigeria national grid. Everything shut down. Wait, I don't understand. Who are these people? Maybe they don't privatize NEPA. Who is owing them? Some said they are protesting because they're asking them to do promotional exam before they can be promoted, and they don't want to do it. So therefore, the federal government of Nigeria is making them angry. They are not paying their salaries. They are not They are not fulfilling all the agreement they made to them. Wait. Which agreement again? We thought they have sold all of you to companies, Gencos, Discos. Now, so my fellow Nigerians come say, Mayegun, let's educate you. Mayegun, let's educate you. Okay, educate me, my brother. Mayegun, listen, it's true. They sold NEPA. Okay, listen. Mayegun, listen. That's what somebody was doing to me. I said, Mayegun, listen. I will explain to you. It's not hard. I'll explain. Okay, I explain. They sold NEPA, right? But the federal government of Nigeria, under Yaradua, decided to retain the power generation, but they sold the transmission to another company. Oh, okay. Let me see if I get that. The Gencos, which means generating companies. They are companies. They were supposed to be private, but they are not private. They are owned by government of Nigeria. Abi? Okay. Is that the reason why they continue to budget for power? That they want to spend this money on power? Yeah, exactly, Mayegun, exactly. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But what about the ones that are really down tools? You said they are what? They are the PHCN, Transmission Company of Nigeria. Oh, they are the ones who are supposed to transfer power, to transmit power to people, to sell it. So they are companies. They are the ones that are on strike. So who are those controlling those ones? Those ones are private companies. That's not federal government. Okay, the discos are not federal government, they are companies. Yes. They are the ones on strike, Abi? Yes. They are the ones that shut down the national grid. Yes, Mayegun, you get it. You are getting it. Okay. Could you tell me why they are on strike? It's because the federal government, they say federal government hasn't paid them. Federal government has not paid them. And the federal government, some of the promotion exams, I was like, hey, calm down, no, bros. Do you actually think you are making any sense to me with all your explanation before? Now, at this point, you still think you are actually going to make more sense by jogging everything together quickly so that we can forget and blame them and say, oh, come on, man. They are private companies already sold. Yeah. They are responsible for transmitting and at the same time distributing the prepaid meters to customers. Yeah. So what is their business with generating company and the federal government that is owing them salary? Shouldn't they be owed salary and their salary should be paid by the companies they are working for? No, Mayegun, you don't get it. Government did not really leave the power sector like that. Oh, they didn't really privatize it then? No wonder. The transmission company that should give you prepaid meters, they are telling you that they are waiting for federal government. No wonder. Isale Barack Obama. I'm talking about Fashola, your former minister of darkness, homelessness, and potholes. He came out and he said the federal government will take delivery of 50 million prepaid meters at the end of 2018. That was before 2019 election. So no wonder everything has scam. MTN staff, they complain, say Nitel no pay their salary. Or Nitel no pay their promotional examination. No be scam be that. When are you all going to stop pretending and finding excuses for the fraud that Nigeria represents? It's not taking anybody anywhere. They have suspended the strike for 2 weeks now. So they are going to go back, except the federal government answer all of their demand. Hey, federal government of Nigeria paying the staff of a transmission company of Nigeria. No be fraud be that. Okay, educate me. I'm listening. Everything reeks of lies. Everything is just pure lies. If you try to take something and say, if I say this one makes sense, so Mayegun, have you seen this? If you begin to dig, you begin to see that it's all fraud. No wonder. When they say, let's give them a better benefit of doubt. At least let us give them a benefit of doubt. Let's hope that they will do good this time around. I say, hey, every good thing they do na mistake. If you pay attention very well, na fraud. And you are the target. They said that these people, they have fixed the whole country. They fixed the whole place. I say, people will fix your health care. They see they go abroad for treatment. People who told you they have done so well on education. You are at home. Their children are graduating abroad. You are sharing the picture on social media. Everything they say, everything they do, if you pay attention to it, even if it looks good, now fraud. And you are the target. Sometimes you get to know later. So late. So late. I know the buyer more. It's not because I have trust issue. I don't have trust issue. I just don't trust people who have lied to me before. Because every time I try to check them, they always come back the same. The same. That's why I'm not interested in all this charade and the rest of that. Yoruba people, Yoruba land, me as a Yoruba man, yeah, if we talk about the security and the insecurity and every other thing that goes on in Yoruba land, right? If we cannot act on it, So many of the time, we are not different from the politicians who also try to take advantage of it and then dance to the gallery. See who can dance most. Who can dance most? Akeredolu or who? Or who? And all that. Why do people die? Is always better to act than talk all the time. This time around, Akeredolu has the immunity, they call it immunity from arrest or prosecution and the rest of that. He's got a second term on a platter, and this time around, he should stop dancing around. He should be bold enough and tell us the truth. Every one of them should be bold enough and say it loud and clear enough and say, we can't keep you safe as long as we remain under this fraudulent arranged Nigeria. If they can say it, well, liberation could be so near than you can imagine. But if they won't say it, I will continue to tell you until you begin to leave that too. You need to leave it. You need to ask and demand for it and be able to want it too. If you don't, listen, rhetorics like this, people who play on your emotions like this are always going to always be having the front pages of all your newspapers. While you, the victims of their failure, are always going to be kept at the second to the last page. They call that obituary. Pages of the newspaper. The people killed, slaughtered by the terrorists that they cannot protect you from. Yeah, they won't keep you in the front page of the newspaper. They keep you at the back of it, a place where you will be easily forgotten. Do you really want that to happen to you before you act? Maybe not. Thank you. I'm going to take calls. I want to take calls, okay? And then we're going to call it tonight. But before then, you can take a moment and still like the video if you want. If you don't, well, at this point, if you like to participate in the conversation part, you can grab your phone. It's WhatsApp only, right? WhatsApp only, which means don't call it directly. You would never get through. I will be back to take those calls. Don't go anywhere.
Onyedu iPod, Omeriwo n'Izu, Oniya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapori Meri Nandi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2, now Python that's 3. Unapori Meri Nandi Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una bogi meri Nandi. Nandi bu onye du aimo. O meri wone nizu mbiro ya. Abakare mamanda mura. Una bogi meri Nandi. Nandi win the war.
Sorry. Hello there.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
My general.
Yes, sir.
Man.
How are you?
The man. Mayegu, I just want to thank you because I must be sincere to you. You have imparted much knowledge on our youth. You know, I like to confess when I learn something, okay? You see, I'm going to tell you, since I've been listening to our leader, Mayegu, Simon, I'm telling you, you guys have imparted great knowledge. Even some of this no school in Nigeria will teach us. I'm telling you the truth. Mayegu, I just want to speak to our leader, our youth.
Please, go on.
Please, our Spartan youth, please, want it because I have made enough research. There's something I found out that there's something I want to tell us. Please, we must, you see, don't allow anybody to use religion to be against your brother. Please, be it Christianity or be it Islam, or throw them aside and if you're a Yoruba man, remain a Yoruba man. Please defend the Yoruba man. If you're a Biafra man, defend Biafra man. All these things have come before. We have stayed before this thing come. And I'm telling you, based on my research, no religion that came to Nigeria that want to make you good. They all come to destroy us. That is aside. Remember, our youth, remember there was a time, if they told Gowon that Fulani will be killing his own people today, Gowon will not believe.
He probably won't.
Anybody that can't tell you that, anyone that comes to tell you that a Yoruba person will do you this, Yoruba person will do you this, to instigate you against somebody. Don't ever remember, look at, they tell you Nigeria one Nigeria, but they come inside, they divide us internally. They divided us internally, but they want Nigeria one. Okay? They don't want you to stay together. Unity is strength. The tools Britain used during the colonial masters were divide and conquer. The same strategy they're using against us. Please, our youth, those are politicians they have fed us. We, the youth, must be united. Otherwise, they will destroy us. Our politicians have been conquered. 90% of South politicians has been conquered. They are being controlled by Britain and the Caliphate. I am begging you, if you fail to stand up, in fact, you give your children visa to slavery. If you ever validate any Nigeria for 1 month, next 1 month again, you give them visa to slavery. We must stand for one goal, restoring our nations, original nations God gave us before this fraudulent contraction. That's my case. Thank you.
God bless you, Prof. Thank you very much for joining us. And I'll take another one here. Hello there.
I'm so happy to connect to your program this night.
I am so happy.
This is Mr. Sego.
Go on.
I am so happy. Yeah.
It's good to have you,
I am calling from Lagos, Nigeria.
From Lagos?
Precisely. Yes.
Please.
I'm calling from Mushin precisely. Yes.
You are calling from Mushin. So it's actually lovely to have you because the line seems to be very clear enough. So please go on, sir.
Yes.
Please.
It's just so unfortunate that we find ourselves in this very situation we are into. The same way you are lamenting was the same way I was lamenting when I had that news yesterday that NEPA will go on strike. I was like, we are paying for the services we are rendering to us. Yes, why not going for strike? But just because Nigeria is not a country, it's just a charade put together. You know, nobody, you can't sue them. If Nigeria happens to be a country, they will be sued. Well, who are you going to report them to?
Nobody. You can't even phone them. You can't even call them and say, I have a complaint. No, you can't. You're just going to be talking to the wall.
Let me now tell you that there is another ways of scam, different ways of scam in Nigeria now.
A lot.
Once you go and register with either local government or state government or one, or you just name your organization one, give the organization a name, register it, pay to the government, you can start frauding people. I have entered many one time.
And they also
there
have
is
banks.
one called,
you know the saddest ones, sir? They always have bank to collect those money, and they will never be traced.
Yes, they have banks to collect the money. They will come on radio, they will place adverts. If you dare it, your money is gone. And you have nobody to report to. I have got into many I have regretted. There was one called, what is it called? It says they call themselves N for Life. I got into it. N for Life. N that you when you buy products, yes, earn money for life, yes, that you buy their product once, and after that one, that the company will be paying you as the other customers are buying after you. I bought the little thing they sold, though, something that should not be more than 5,000. They sold it for 50,000. My brother, till now, if I call the woman will tell me that I should bring that. Yes, that I should bring other people. If she talks to other people, if other people buy through me, it's when I'll start earning money.
It's a Ponzi scheme, sir.
You know,
Ponzi scheme. You see,
you understand that because
go on.
Yes, when I was like, now when I have not even benefited anything, I have lost. So I should bring more people for you to scam them. You're telling me it's not a scam, that I can see that you always come to the radio program. I said, in fact, this country, I am just fed up of this country. I am tired of it. Just that nowhere to run to.
I know.
You know, nowhere to run to.
Actually, jackpot. For anybody who has the chance, I don't discourage people from that. I don't.
That is it now. Nowhere to run to, you know. The country is just a charade. Since Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, I was now looking for a program that can open my brain. I begin to understand many things through Nnamdi Kanu when he was arrested. Before he was arrested, you know, it was I think the week you wanted to invite him that they arrested him.
I remember.
So I was very, very. So when aside from him, you are the one I always listen to. My family know, they will say, Mr. Mayegun, once it's 8 o'clock,
I know.
Don't disturb him, Mr. Mayegun. That is it. You know, because it's your program, I thank God for people like you and Nnamdi Kanu. The program is eye-opening. You make us to understand that it's not one devil, that is no one witch that is pursuing you.
No. It's not always one devil.
Will open church
or village people. No. If you pay attention very well,
they will open church.
Devils, they see in those black tinted vehicles.
Yes.
Those is, sirens on your streets. Wow. Those are the devils. After your life, after your progress, after your prosperity, your family, your house, everything. Those are the devil.
They will open churches. They will collect the tithes and offering, and your children, they will use it to establish school. Your children cannot go to that school because it's so expensive. My friend, I used to tell my friend, I said, you say you are a member. I'm also a Christian, you know. I said you are a member. The day you will know that you are not relevant in that church, you just tell the pastor that God told you that the daughter is who you want to marry. That day you will know that you are not relevant in that church. Like if you tell the pastor, maybe you are a worker, you are not here.
Yeah, like a
daddy. The Lord told me that your daughter, is my wife to be. That day you will know that you are not relevant in that church.
But why would you?
I told my friend,
say, you came here to come and be saved. Now, pastor, daughter, you want, everybody go do. They will say,
you won't carry your poverty. Yes, now. So why are we now deceiving ourselves? Why not pray on your own? And you know, this country is just I'm just fed up.
It is
nothing
you didn't tell me your
anywhere,
name
nothing.
so that I can remember this name. I love talking to you. I want to take another one, okay? Say that
again. Yeah, my name is Mr. Sego Patrick.
Mr. Shegun. I'll keep that.
So I'm so happy.
Nice
one.
I don't want to say the second name for the sake of I don't we don't know who is listening and all that. But I'll keep to that Shegun from Musha.
Yeah, Mr. Shegun.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
You should have a good evening, okay? Thanks so much for being part of it, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
God bless you. God bless you. Keep it on,
it's
please.
quite amazing as well that Mr. Shegun is having Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as his profile picture, and you would have mistaken him for that. And I can tell now that indeed, some of you may not know, there are Yorubas who are also disciples of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's messages. Trust me, there are Yorubas who have listened to him. They have listened to him beyond their own tribal lenses. They've listened to him, beyond their religious lenses and every other thing that the society has conditioned them to be. They've listened to him, just listening to the message. Some of them actually prefer to listen to the message and ignore the messenger. Well, at the end of the day, they couldn't do away with the message and the messenger. And there are Yorubas in their numbers like that, just so you know, right? I'll take this. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, good evening, ma.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir. This is the Empress speaking.
Oh, Empress, you called in tonight. Okay. How are you?
I did, sir. I'm fine, thank you, sir. First of all, I have a couple of things to say.
Please.
The first thing is our princess.
Yes.
I sent a gift through, I was having difficulty sending a gift across to baby when she was born.
I know.
I eventually got through to your diaspora radio on PayPal.
Right.
Then surprisingly, the money was sent back to my account a week ago. They said they couldn't deliver it. I don't know why.
I think the reason would be because I was to accept it. And then it took longer.
Okay.
So I didn't accept.
Yes.
So then they had to return it back to you. I'm sorry about that. I have been this last 1 week has been, but again, I'll look into that, man. So yeah, the second one.
All right, sir. Yes. The second one is about this 50,000 naira that the governor of Ondo State is offering people to give them information. Nigerians should be very careful. This is a trap. These useless politicians, they know where these terrorists are. They know their location. They know who is financing them. They know everything about them. You say this 50,000 naira. What is 50,000 naira? At the moment, what's the price of a bag of rice?
For providing such valid information, right? They will now give you 50,000 naira, 80 pounds or $100. Come on, man.
This is disgraceful. This is disgraceful. These are people that have killed so many people, and they've made a lot of people widows and widowers. Yes. A lot of children have been kidnapped. Most of them even thought, yes, this is a disaster. People should be very careful. If you make a mistake,
yeah, Empress.
I'm telling you,
if you think
Nigerians should be very careful.
Yeah, if you think it's shocking, this same governor announced that every public, office and public buildings or every building like a banks or what have you, they must have a CCTV that is working so that they can capture every movement. I'm like, what is all this drama, for goodness sake?
First of all, where is the electricity?
If you don't put on CCTV, you may be fined and you will pay fine up to 500,000 naira. Come on, man. They are jokers, man.
All these people are all hoodlums. They are all hoodlums. One day Nigeria will break up and their eyes will open. Yes. Honestly speaking. So I just want to tell Nigerians, please do not make the mistake to be tempted. What they're trying to do is to find out people who know the truth. Did you know how many times they came to tell us they've captured the terrorists? How many times? About 2 or 3 times. They lied. They didn't capture anybody. They want to know those who truly know who the terrorists are. The moment you reveal who they are and you collect 50,000 naira, they will come after you in the long run. People should be warned and be very, very smart. They should be very, very smart.
God bless you.
That's all I want to say.
Thanks, man.
That's all I want to say. Thank you, Mayego, for all you're doing. May God bless you.
Amen.
You've opened our eyes, and so many of my friends, when I keep sharing your video, they come back to me to give me testimony.
bless
We
you.
are grateful. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
so
much for all the support.
Please check the Diaspora Radio PayPal. I will do it again this evening.
All right.
All right, sir.
I will look out for that.
Bye-bye.
So you have a good one, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma.
You too, sir.
Yes, ma.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that's Empress. I have okay. I have Princess. Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Hello, Michael. Good evening. Bawoni.
Good evening. Alafia ni Bawoni.
Hello, Aisha. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well,
Marco touch. I'll just touch everything. Dear, my touch.
Bemi Bashi Dari. So go ahead.
Okay. Like you said a few days ago, you know, when you were talking about our civilization, you know, I was thinking of how we were making our own oil. You know, cold pressed oil. We were making our idea go. You know, we were entertaining ourselves with our palm wine. We were able to do our ekupupa ourselves.
Did you hear all
we
those
were making our own clothes.
We were growing in Yoruba land then. Like all the kind of fruits that they mentioned.
Our women were making their own hair.
Yes.
We were making our own fabrics.
Yes.
We were making soaps. Our women were recycling, you know. They use it for butcher. Yeah, in yellow mafi damno. You know, we had pepper, we had crops, we were farming. We were living life. We were generating light from palm oil.
We were also exploring to the point that on record they said we dug the heart. Yeah, we dug out iron ore.
Yeah,
we melted to iron.
That
would require research now. You know wait now, Princess.
Our men were circumcised.
Before we go to that, I want you to look at something, right? Look at how did they differentiate between this iyepe or this sando is iron ore, this sando is clay for molding pots or homes. How were they able to know that this particular one we need to cook it to bring out the iron from it so that we can then use it
over time? There would have been mistakes and all correct along the line. Our histories were not written, but they were passed down to us.
Yes.
Mayegu, we had and generating enough from our fitila. Our women will put the babies on their backs to give them eat. You know, we were breastfeeding our babies. Is the best way to nurture children now. You know? But when your identity is stolen, there is nothing much you can do about it.
Right.
Yeah. Then the other one is the way people follow leaders in Nigeria. We should think of what will lead you. You know, when you follow someone. Mayegun, I am your follower. I'm telling you that tonight.
And I'm proud to have that honor.
Yes, but Mayegun,
honored to be given such privilege, because it is a privilege, because I've got many people like yourself too.
Mayegun, but do you know that sometimes I think of what will lead me to withdraw from you, from following you?
What kind of disappointment?
I think about it. Our people don't have reasons for not following this bunch of idiots. When I follow you and your self-respect is in jeopardy, or your principles and integrity is not in compliance with the words of your mouth, I don't care who you are.
Anymore.
The whole world might be blindly following you. I am just going to take few steps back.
which will be so just.
You don't deserve my unconditional love. If you're you don't deserve my unconditional love. Yeah, everybody on their own.
That's right.
But people don't know that, commitment should be earned through good morals and character.
Virtues that nobody should toy with.
How did the terrorists get the guns? Who are the people sponsoring this terror group? If you say the guns are from Libya, we'll be fooling ourselves, Baba. You know why I said that?
No, it's not anymore now. That was the early stage.
There are over 315, 20, over 300 rebel groups in Libya. The containers you bring into the country being scanned at the seaport, are they being scanned?
Absolutely not.
Has there been any kidnap?
Somebody has
there been any kidnap? Okay. Has there been any kidnap that the government has been able to secure at the release of the victim?
None. There's none.
Yet they tell us trillions of nairas has been spent on funding the military. Can the military be audited?
Well, that would be a problem.
Can people be held? Can people be held responsible for these crimes?
Yes, they can be held responsible, but Nigeria is a crime scene, Princess. That's a rhetorical question. The answer will be same.
Baba, when they catch these terrorists, do you see what they put on? Gbogbo aṣọ ara wọn ò kí kò ń rú ju 3,000, 4,000 naira lọ. Èèyàn tó ń gbàdúrà owó yẹn is either kó fẹ́ máa live flamboyant life and living large.
See, Princess.
Owó yẹn pọ̀ ju nǹkan téèyàn kọ. Owó gan is a spirit on its own.
Yeah, Princess, I'm glad you said that. Let me quickly chip this in as well. She gets. Some people said that if Nigeria was to be a place where there is law, they would know that all these ransoms that people are paying these terrorists. I'm talking about, for example, Kaduna Abuja victims who have been released so far. The terrorists who took them, they have collected over 1.2 billion naira already. As we are talking right now. They collected 800 million from just 7 people. The first 7 people they released, including the Chinese, they released as well. So people are now saying all this money, when you meet all these terrorists, you would never see them live that luxurious life with such money. All they spend the money on is what? To get more harms. The one that kidnapped the Jangebe girls, Princess, said they paid them 60 million.
Yeah.
They asked him what did he use the money for? He said, we used the money to buy weapons. Right there in his own camp there.
Maegu, what were you expecting him to say?
So what
were you expecting him to say? Sheko Sokwe, yes, Sheko Sokwe, is he supposed to say that they gave the money to someone? The person that said they took 60 million. And did you see how he was looking? Maegu could look clean. We should stop fooling ourselves, They are not living any flamboyant lifestyle, Maegu.
Yeah, they love private jets.
And you know what?
They love private jet. They love all this.
Their comfort zone has never ever been shaken. Are there no government bodies that can probe service chiefs?
Well,
can't their accounts be traced?
No, they can't be traced, Princess. You know why now? If not for military, Buhari's government, APC's government, they will be long gone by now. You know it. But the reason why they managed to keep people suppressed is because the military were given the go-ahead to kill at will, while their positions and their everything, right, will be secured. And they will also provide security for Buhari's government that is suffering from the 1985 PTSD of being overthrown, right? So that's why the military today cannot be past or present. They can't be probed. They are meant to protect Buhari against any protest, any uprising, including if they have to kill as many people. So forget about probing.
But we know where we know where we are going. I'm always surprised that our people are high on idiocy. They are just mad.
They choose to money of the
time. Because government leave go drone only last Iran. Only go only last Turkey, only go only last anywhere. Come fish our people. Yes, they could get them. We can afford them.
See, princess, they have.
But you know why, Baba? I am happy with whatever it is they are doing.
Yeah, they are pushing us there.
Yes, I am happy with it, and that's what I keep saying. The poverty they weaponized. Yeah, they did it for a purpose.
And I think
you can't think as a poor person. Baba, as a poor person cannot think properly.
No.
Oh, Mama, Ronu boy, they don't even listen. They don't even have time to listen to the news.
No.
The only people that have so much time on their hands are the rich. They are the only people that would think, okay, they have their business going, they have everything in place, they have people running it for them. So they are sitting there having this critical thinking and they are doing fine. Baba, people will soon start seeing videos of people committing suicide. Filming themselves and saying their last words and hanging themselves or jumping over the cliff or something. Oh, Mashele. Because you don't want to know. And what the people that beg for money on the streets where has always been the normal people with rags, and you see people in suits asking for help now. Our generation is we are the most educated. But we don't have half the money these rogues have. This uneducated àbí báwo la ṣíwájú òṣèlú ṣé ọmọ mi ọmọ ọdún mẹ́fà tó wà níbí ó mọ àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì ẹ̀ náà.
Wọ́n no studying.
Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́sàn-án ó mọ àwọn tọ́jọ kàwé láti primary 1. Èyí tó ti ṣe tán ní senior high ó mọ àwọn tọ́jọ lọ sílé ìwé bàbá. Kámárì èrò kọ̀ọ̀kan tó kó máa jáde pé òun àti Ṣàngó lérè jọ lọ léèwé ni. This is absurd.
Absurd. I agree.
What I would tell our people is that
he studied at home. He didn't go to school, primary, secondary.
What I'm going to tell our people is this. We can create our home bank. First, we'll just need to set up a structure.
That's right.
And everybody here will be a managing director. Everybody is going to have a trust account there. That's our platform. We put our money together. We bypass the government. They don't even care about us. Then we will watch our wealth start shifting away from these people.
I've had people who have suggested
we'll have our own thing,
including all these forex that we send to Nigeria. It is time for people to.
We can bypass them. We can bypass the banks, Baba. We can do that. They are messing with the wrong generation. I said this here severally.
I know.
They are dealing with adults here. We are not kids anymore.
It's just a matter of
parents, listen to your children. We are the leaders of it. We are not the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders now. Yes. We are the people. We have the power. We are the leaders we've been waiting for.
That's right.
So my good platform
where we have left is me meeting this consultant that is going to put all of the other stuff together for us. As for us registering,
we have a foolish president, a foolish president that sees the problem and can't fix it.
Nice one. So yeah, hello here, hello there. Let's see. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, sir. Is that Larry? Larry.
Yes, sir.
Larry.
Oh, Larry, sir.
How are you?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing,
so
man?
tight. Yeah, so good. How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, yes. Good wherever it is you are in the whole world. Now, wow. Anyway, first off, I'll say keep up the good work, and I really appreciate, not me alone, everyone appreciates what you do. I mean, you are the real preacher, like I told you one time, you know. I told you, you know.
Thanks.
And let me not go into religion because on your princess ṣùgbọ́n nítorí wa mú àti gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n fi mú wa kò ju ayé ọ̀làjú àti religion lọ. Méjèèjì. Àwọn bàbá wa jẹ́ ti sọ̀rọ̀ tábàjẹ́ ní pé ẹnu wọn rùn. Wọ́n ní odò tó bá gbàgbé orísun ẹ̀ ó ti di dandan kó gbẹ. That should answer Princess's question of stolen identity.
How did we get here and all that?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I'm with
and you. Princess is baffled as regards. I mean, say one only trace our people in it. Princess, my sister, we all know how it goes now. Just like my ego is telling you, I know you know how it goes. But the thing is, ìlú tí ò sí òfin kò sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Nàìjíríà kò sófin tó mú wọn, so kò ń ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ ń ṣe lójú ara wọn. Nígbà tó jẹ́ pé tí a bá dúró síwájú jọ́ọ̀jì, wọ́n á ti mú pépà wá fún jọ́ọ̀jì pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó bá sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ, wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá ra sákìlẹ̀ lálẹ́ o DSS, wọ́n máa ṣùtẹ̀, wọ́n máa ní pé àwọn ò mọ̀. Nígbà tí ò jẹ́ tí DSS bá ti fún wọn ní kinní, kí ló rò pé jọ́ọ̀jì máa ṣe?
Ó bá comply ni.
So kò sófin nù lù wá. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody can probe them. Nobody can probe them for now until God grants us and gives us our order nation. Now
that will be gradual, isn't it?
Yes, and yes, the only way we can restore order is to go our separate ways, and we start the building all over again. There is nothing in Nigeria that's unknown.
But every move you make in Nigeria today that you think you want to do it in Yoruba's interest, tell yourself the truth, because that will make you go against what Nigeria stands for. You need to go against what Nigeria stands for before you can successfully do anything that will impact the people in any part of Nigeria. Federal Nigeria must not be involved. And guess what? That will be you calling to say we want to break it up. And that's also unacceptable to these guys. So trust me, I'm following
my
you.
My brother, we don't speak the same language.
No.
We don't dress the same way.
No.
We don't have the same ideology. We don't have the same beliefs.
We don't have the same
worldview
when it comes to what a society should be like. What the women should look
like,
what the men should look like, how the community and the family should be handled. These are real things that shaped us as a people. If we have all this in contrast against another, there will be no peace. Larry.
Yeah. So now we're talking about how are we going to get all these bastards away from behind all these politicians. The only thing that we know that they've been doing and we know that they've been using is money. Nigerians now see money as everything. They don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't care. And that is a very bad way of, process immorality in Nigeria. Yeah. Because telling Batanda Babo Kironso only pay only Urukoto da.
That's what they said.
But nísìnyí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí àwọn bàbá tó sọ fún wa yẹn náà àwọn náà làwọn sọ fún wa pé irọ́ wúrà àti fàdákà nísìnyí ọ̀gbẹ́ni gbàgbé orúkọ tó dáa nǹkan tí ò ṣe jẹ́ káwọn Tinubu yìí gbà wá yẹn náà.
Even then, there was even a song. Olówó láyé mọ́, bàbá fún mi lówó.
Àtìgbà yẹn lọ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń blow trumpet money. Yeah. Àtìgbà yẹn lọ ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń blow trumpet owó. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń exactly. So all these things that we're talking about, ká da table yìí rú. Dining table yóò favour anybody wa. Even Hausa gan tó ń pariwo pé kí ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni ká fọ́. Mọ̀ kán ni àwa gangan ní àwọn èèyàn tá a wà nínú Nàìjíríà. Àwa gangan ní ẹsẹ̀ dining table. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yẹra wa kúrò lórí dining table. Ká wo báwọn olórí burúkú yìí fẹ́ jẹun. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àwa okay ṣebí na you do one cartoon this thing that one time like that. Where you say the Nigerians were under the table using their backs as the table whatever, and the politicians they were dining and whining. Exactly. So we are the main.
You are right, Larry. All they needed was all of them to just stand up. If they stand up, the table will fall.
I say, exactly. People want to be kunta kunte. Ewo lo si. Ọmọ tá a jẹ́ kí n sọ̀kan fún ẹ ìwọ ọmọ tá tó bá ń gbọ́ ògbó rọ́bìṣì tí àwọn olórí yín sọ yẹn tẹ̀sán pé ẹrùkú ni ẹ ọmọ lọ wake up kò sí kòró kò sí bò ọmọ kòró wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ń gbádùn ayé yìí ti bàjẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà o ẹ jẹ́ tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe rántí ara yín sìn nígbà tí wọ́n gún olú ẹran yín lọ́wọ́ ó lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà ẹ̀yin tó bá gún yín ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe máa lọ sí ibi tẹ̀sí mo máa ní kó máa dá 5,000 fún yín ẹ jẹ́ jí.
Sáré ni.
Ẹ jí o wake up o collect your money wake up bí àṣà ọ̀bọ yìí tó bá yá tá a bá ti gba Yorùbá land a máa bùgá àwọn ọ̀tá wa lágbèrè lẹ́dùnmáàrì.
Larry Baba, thank you very much.
A máa bùgá àwọn ọ̀tá wa.
Yeah, let me
all right,
man. It's such a pleasure to have you back, by the way. I mean, I've not heard you in a while, so I'll take this. Hello there.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, Mayegun. And you?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. So, you are live. Everybody can hear you, sir.
Thanks once again for a good job.
Thank you.
Thanks again, anyway. I really want to contribute one or two things to what Princess just said concerning that these people that they are taking ransom and everything. Mayegun, you see all those money they are collecting from our people.
Yeah.
I keep saying it. They are still taking our money from people from abroad. I said this thing to one of my friends maybe a few weeks ago. The last time, don't watch investigation concerning our
yeah, all those guys.
Understand because that money will take Kolo Bank. The bara on some go, you know. The bara on some go in them, owing low. I want to go in.
You will never see them with 1 million naira. Talk less of 100 million.
Like somebody trace to win on my trace a lot of people really changing.
So they collect it to clean it for them.
So there's a lot of things that we have to do on our home side. I just want to shift something to all these people shouting Obi up and down.
A quick one too.
You understand? And at the end of the day, because what I keep saying that you can't beat this system. There's nothing you can do to beat them in their own game. There's nothing we can do. If you like, let 20,000 of Obi be president of Nigeria. It will never change anything. What if they said 2 weeks to election, they cut off the internet?
What are you gonna do?
And they said the election must still go ahead. What are they going to do? And at the end of the day, they read him out.
And
they won't do anything.
If you say you shouldn't go to court, they bring out their soldiers. I mean,
they can't even try it.
You can't lose an election and say you want to protest like that. Go to court. And they'll start, and before you know it, that's how everybody will go back to their normal lives and wait again to do something.
All this shouting and all this, just have to channel their energy towards to break up in Nigeria. Simple as that.
Do you know what somebody told me, sir? You know what somebody told me? Somebody told me that with Peter Obi and this whole movement, it is just going to further validate their rigging. Because now that is neck deep into it, if they rig him out and he complain of rigging, they will say because he's a sore loser. And that can spell doom for his supporters.
Of course.
Many things, but me, I don't want to discourage them.
It's just a setup for them, because they will be a big loser in this charade. But they never know, they never understand. They think they can beat them in their own game, which is not. It's impossible. That will never happen. Until they realize exactly what it is. If we all channel our energy towards the breaking up of that country,
yes,
we can get our results easily. But with the way they are doing now, if they say okay after the election they rig them out, they start fighting, they say it's because they do something like that. That is exactly what the people will do.
I mean, you can't say they declare somebody now and you are like no we won. I mean, it doesn't. It's gonna be like you don't know this is war, Abi. Oh yeah, come and take it now. Around that time, they have the legitimacy to use anything to keep what they call their own winning. You will want to use everything you have to get back what you believe that they have stolen from you. And then at the end of the day, who will say you go work out? I mean,
and for our people shouting Yoruba local. Many of them, they are getting out of that country, going to Arab country, going to European country. Is there any Yoruba leader there? Níbi tó ń lọ yẹn, tó rúlù ìlú yẹn. Ṣé Yorùbá leader kan ló wà ní Israel, àbí tó wà ní Saudi Arabia, àbí tó wà ní UK, àbí tó wà ní England? That tó ń lọ sálọ lójoojúmọ́ yẹn. It's all about getting proper normal people to rule us, to lead us. In this country that I'm living in, Moruko Prime Minister, I won't lie to you. Because we don't really care. Everything you need, everything to need, but available.
You must be so interested in current affairs before you can even be digging on who is your counselor, who is your this, who is your that. You don't really want to know, except if you just want to know for knowing's sake. But in Nigeria, they are all over your faces with their failures.
They are shouting our local just because they want to take something out of it that they know this thing will never come out good, but they just want to take something there. For my benefit, me, my uncle can be a counselor, my brother can commissioner, I want to be NFP, what is it called? NPPC, chairman, and all those things. That is it. At the end of the 4 years,
you won't believe it, our royal fathers, then they fight for federal board appointments. Board appointment, they call it. Nigeria is such a funny place that if people really want to care, that they really care, that they care about their lives and their future, they will not jump up and ask that they should keep this one status quo Nigeria. Sir, you saw those royal fathers all over Nigeria. Majority of them, they put them in different board. NNPC board, Nigerian University board, INEC board. They are fighting for all those slots with salary of 150,000, 200,000, 500,000.
They are even worse. All those people we are talking about. But because you want to I want to lose you.
So if Tinubu become president now, to them, those people like that, they are going to get upgrade. Maybe they were board members before under Buhari. Now they become board chairman, vice chairman. Exactly. They give them new cars. So to them, our local.
In the country, what do anybody? One come on jale, one come on one come court to the court. At the end of the day, I want to show because one reward.
All the ones most of the ones who are getting the reward.
Intelligent students in our school during that time, but look at how they pay our dropouts and look at them today. So in a country that is not rewarding
everybody, we don't have to say it to everybody all the time, but they will get it eventually.
My own thing is for that country to just buzz up. That's it.
It is to our own advantage. You see, people need to understand that when we say let us break up, we are not saying we are going to go into an Eldorado, a beautiful. No. It simply means, right, for whatever we choose to do, there will be no interference like Nigeria is currently doing. If we sink or we swim,
can control our borders,
it's on us. It's on us. Whether we want to keep ourselves safe, anything is on us.
Imagine that. Almost students who are late, primary school, secondary school, university students who are late, and they are talking about election.
And
I want to imagine.
Thank you so much. Let me take another call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution. So I love that. I love it when you become so conversational. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Oh, is that Mr. Akinola from Houston? If I still remember, is that right?
That's it. Exactly. You got it.
I mean, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I've been trying to join this conversation a long time.
I know. It's been a while. We had a sort of interesting conversation like this on topics that people really connect with this much. So I'm glad you are participating as well. So how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. And thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to be on the line today
Thank you for joining us.
to give my contribution to what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I like to observe the fact that some of the people, some of our people, just like you were predicted, who believe in the separation of Nigeria, have gone back to their vomit.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have become Tinubu. Some people have become obedient.
Obedient, articulators, all those stuff. I mean, we expected that. So
we expected that to happen because the reality with some of them, why I don't believe they are doing it. Some of them, of course, are agitated, especially some of our brothers from Southeast. And I believe some people from Southwest. You cannot be in a country where they are killing your people. You'll be playing all this tribal game, which is what is going on at the moment. Everybody will be saying, I trust somebody like me to be there. Otherwise, the life of my people are not safe. That's one thing. But if they are actually approaching this with a genuine mind that they want the right person to be president of Nigeria, every of the youth should be supporting Omo Yele Sowore at this time. It's been the only person without corruption history, without participating with all these people that are killing us, eating us. You go to this record, there are so many how it took Anabra's money for 8 years. They didn't turn Anambra to the paradise they promised in Nigeria. Same thing with Tinubu, somebody just became billionaire out of nothing. It's just, so these are the reality that we face, that any obedience is fooling themselves. Any obedience is fooling themselves, and at the same time
they don't like to hear that. They don't like it. Like when you tell them, oh, you are just, no, come on. They are very
fooling
confident.
themselves.
Yeah.
For me, the possibility of I don't believe even some of these northerners that look like they are backing Tinubu are actually very sincere. Tinubu will be so lucky to be alive before the next election. If they don't kill him,
now, sir.
remember
they said Tinubu is a placeholder for Shetima, and Tinubu people don't like hearing that either. They are saying, "Are you God?" I said, "I heard it. I heard it. People said it. I didn't say it. People said he's a placeholder, like Yaradua." So I didn't say that, and I can't pretend I didn't hear it because that Shetima,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even saying Tinubu will die of natural death. If you remember, when Obasanjo was contesting, the northerner wanted to kill him with microphone. It was a microphone that killed Tunde Diago. This one that Tinubu is gallivanting around, he just needs a microphone or one letter for him to drop dead and say that, look, Shetima. So these are all. They don't mind handing over to another military people and my fellow countrymen. Obi should just forget about it. He's just wasting his time, to be honest. If he ever thinks a Labour Party that...
they call it a political revolution, right? and it's going to be the clash of the Titans. But the game is not even started yet, according to the camp of Atifku and Tinumbu. So I think we should wait it out. They would never take your advice. Trust me. It's never going to land on any good,
Three election has happened since Okia started contesting. It scored 0% in Ekiti, scored 0% in Osun State,
right.
Scored 0% in Ebonyi. This is the reality. You can be shouting up and down. Yeah. They won't even allow you to vote if you see up. Instead of wasting your energy on thinking that you are going to bring somebody. Let's make this separation reality and put our energy in where we believe we can actually have future.
Count. If you want to make an election to count in Nigeria of today, it is better you break it up. Let everybody handle their affair, their elections, and every other thing they want to handle their own way, and see less bloodbath and bad blood and hatred that we're currently witnessing. I will agree with you, sir.
You said something the other time.
Yep.
I remember when Okoyele was protesting and they sent all these people to him, all these secret Duara commission to be looking after him.
Yeah.
Do you know what they said? Oh, but you participated in the election. You can't participate in the election and be asking for revolution.
I want this government out because they have failed.
This is what
they will just say, but you contested with me now. You want me out. That's why you contested against me. Now, because you couldn't win me, you turn around, you want to use protest and come on, shoot him in his head. Shoot his head. That's what you feel like.
The reality is that anybody participating right now is legit.
Is validating whatever is going to come after. Yeah. You can't fight it anymore.
You think that there's an election in Nigeria? Why is it that the Buhari oppose electronic voting? If they really are genuine that your vote will count, they don't want you to count. They will even frustrate you. Ballot paper will disappear. And these are not news. These are what happen every year after year. So why are you wasting your time to believe any election can change the fortune of Nigeria?
Or to participate and then cry after that, they've rigged us. So this Nigeria I say, how come you waited till after when you could have stopped it before it happened to you? What can we say?
What you should be asking for now is boycotting any election process instead of going around and shouting, I am obedient, I am this. We should all be shouting that we are boycotting this election. Just imagine
until this contraption arrangement is sorted out, no election, but it is not going to be popular.
If Southwest announced that the election we are boycotting the election, and Southeast said they are boycotting the election, that is the end of Nigeria as we know it, without even firing it.
Election, of course. Sir, let me take another call. This time, I think I have one coming in from a nice one. So, if you don't mind, sir, thank you very so much. Yeah. Once again, I will take this, which is hello.
Hello.
Oh, hang on. Let me see if it's connected.
Good evening, Mayegun.
Oh, good evening, sir. How are you?
Hello.
Hello there.
Good evening, Mayegun.
How are you?
Yeah. Yesterday was one of my happiest days on this program. Oh. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear. Tell me about it.
Hello.
You made it one of your best nights. Tell me.
Yes, you are reading the book that set me free.
Wow.
You are reading the book from where I gained my own freedom, from the bondage of religion,
you have a copy of that,
from the bondage of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
I thought we have a time for us to call yesterday, but the program ended. Actually, I'm imploring everybody, please go and lay your hand on that book.
If you can,
if you're a Yoruba man.
It is called.
There are soft copy of it. I got soft copy of it.
There are also audio markup.
Please go and read it.
Copies as well, where you can get audio that you can listen to cheaper.
Yes.
Some free, I think. Go on.
When I read that book, I realized that all the story they gave us in the Bible, all those guys are coward. When they're talking about David, Goliath, Saul, all of them are cowards compared to my own forefathers. I'm talking of people like Ogumola, Ibikunle, Iyakpo, Olaseyinde, Oluyole, but they came to us and destroyed us. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself.
Okay, please.
I'm Omoko Yoruba.
Omoko Yoruba.
Yeah.
A bona fide.
Yeah, it's been long I called. I used to call on this program.
I remember you.
But I listen every day, but due to the network in my house, in the night like this, I normally have network delay. So it's lagging. So that's why I don't normally call.
Sorry.
If you remember some time ago, I told you about the what they call deracination.
I think I remember.
Whereby they uproot some people from their source and transplant them to another source, and that gave them another identity. That was what they did to Yoruba people. They took us from being our originality Yoruba and gave us the idea of Nigeria. When I was watching yesterday, Bigger Than Africa, I was shedding tears. How much they have destroyed my race. I used to long to travel out, but not again.
Not again.
Because what I suffered, I don't want to leave it for my kids.
To face the same thing.
And tonight, I want to give you a good news.
Please.
We people down here, people at home, we are ready. Because we know this Nigeria will soon explode. All what they are doing it in our own favor, unknown to them. Unknown to them, they're helping us to discover who we really are. All the rubbish. I was telling somebody, you're asking me to vote for Tinubu as my president. We are working on the same project here. Can you employ anybody that is having the same attribute as Tinubu to manage any project in this organization? The guy said no. Then why are you not telling me that I should be the one I should vote for to be my president? Whereby in an organization these days now, they will tell you once you are 35, 40, they don't need you again. You're supposed to have gotten a business to be doing by yourself and leave the organization alone. How much more a whole country that is having a big problem, a sick nation, you want to go home and put a sick president there? After what we've seen from Yaradua, what we went through in the end of Yaradua, now from Yaradua to Buhari, Olori Buruku to Wanibeyi. And now you are still telling me that Oloshi, Agbaya Oshii, is still the one that will come and be my president again. I should vote for him. So you are telling me to be smiling at my disaster.
You'll be praying for him in the next
I will not be praying God will help him to do it. Am I mad? I will vote for Tinubu. I'll be praying to God to come and do things normal in my country.
To come and fix it.
Are we okay? Oh, like I was saying, they are really helping us. The only thing we are waiting for is the day they are going to declare Yoruba nation. Because Yoruba is the only gum that holds Nigeria together. I shared something on one WhatsApp group yesterday. When they were writing the letter that led us to this captivity, the letter between the Alaafin Oyo and the Queen of England and the governor of Lagos, they said in that letter that people in Yoruba country, that same book you are reading,
yes,
they said people of Yoruba country, and that letter was written in 1893. That means we were a country as at 1893.
We have been from there.
I'm not telling me we cannot. 1893. Are you not telling me we can't reclaim our country again this 2022?
We can't be by ourselves anymore. Are you joking?
No. When we were reading the book of the slave master, I mean Bible and Quran, those are the books they used to destroy us. You use them to take away our history from us and turn us to bastards. We are waiting for the God of Israel to come and save people of Yoruba land. And now we have evidence. When they attack Oloye didn't wait for the work of God of Israel to save him.
No.
He called on the God of Yoruba.
Land, exactly.
And he's still in our midst today.
And they
ask many of them that are shouting.
I wanted to add it.
Yes, they stood by him.
They stood by him, but Oloye got betrayed by the supposed living ancestors. Our living ancestors,
imagine,
politicians and the rest, they betrayed him because he faced these Fulani terrorists.
Yes.
They had no scratch on him. Remember that until when those who were supposed to defend us in Yoruba land, when they went for him. Please don't ever forget that.
No. And now, if you now ask me now, which one am I going to choose? The God of Israelite or the God of Saudi Arabia? That somebody was even kneeling on his knee praying and they shot him dead. And the God that Sunday Igboho head on to. Ask me the one I'm going to choose as a Yoruba guy. I will be a bastard. Choosing all those foreign gods, choosing all those foreign history, choosing all those foreign story. We've retraced our steps, and I'm only happy on a daily basis because I know Nigeria will not last this year. Before the end of this year, I'm calling to Yoruba. I'm calling Minirawa. I'm born in the year. Please, brother, keep on doing what you are doing.
I will, sir.
We might not be able to get across to you every day, but on a daily basis, we are praying for you.
Thank you.
Yoruba people, please be prepared. Yes.
Thank you. So for yourself and every other Yoruba who listen to this, your contribution tonight, let's take a minute or two and listen to this, just to further boost your confidence, I would say, morale. But for now, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
A moment. Thank you. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayegun.
How are you?
Fine. How are you doing today?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. So, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good too.
Class.
As I look and the kids.
We thank God. I mean, they are still here, disturbing. But I think I'm getting used to it now. You can see I'm not so stressed anymore. It's kind of I'm getting used to it. I'm building on it now. So thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me chip in little things, and I think Princess said something earlier that about the Kolu certificate.
Okay.
Let me let you guys know something today.
Yes, sir.
It's not that Tinubu does not go to school.
I believe
he went to school.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing that you guys are not figuring out in that certificate. Even Buhari, their original name on that certificate name is not the name they are bearing today. It's just like my go and bring your WAEC result. Your age is not correct. When they go to your WAEC result, your age will be definitely be there.
Right. So it's all intentional.
So they will cover everything up, not to show to anybody. If you want to go to hell, go to hell. I don't go to school. I don't care. He has his certificate, he has it. And the school he went to, the principal or the person in charge of that school, dare not say he went to this school or he came to this school. He passed through here.
Or it's under a different name.
Yes.
And if they have to trace
that he went to school with together,
to know his age as well.
That is it. Apart from his name, apart from his age, his name that he's using, they will question him, where did he get that name from? Where's the affidavit that showed that when he changed from that name to this name, where did it? They don't have it. They don't have it. And you see, the Ondo State government that is asking for 50 million. See,
no,
they just want to know.
He's actually offering 50,000. You know,
50,000.
If you have any valid information about the location of these terrorists, that's actually what he used to, sir. They admit that there are terrorists in Yoruba land. Go on, sir. Sir.
Okay, you know where the terrorists are. That means you are part of those people that are terrorizing this state. For you to know where they are hiding out, so definitely you are colluding with them.
You know why I believe you, sir?
You have to be smart.
Let me tell you something about, in Nigeria, they have something called whistleblowers policy, yeah? And it is always used by the EFCC.
Why is it connecting?
Oh, no, I'm here with you. Don't worry about the screen. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Me, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now,
yeah. So don't worry about but I'm the one talking right now. So, sir, they have a policy in Nigeria called whistleblowers policy, okay? And that is, if you see anybody doing corruption, stealing money in the ministry or anywhere, you can drop the information anonymously, okay? And they won't know who dropped the information. But once you drop the valid one, they will catch the person. So it's always been there. So when EFCC now came, EFCC now said, if you give us information about people looters, we are going to give you 10% of how much money we get from them. So what does that mean, sir? It means if they capture a thief stealing money in Nigeria, right, and they steal 10 million, you will collect $1 million. Okay? If they stole 100 billion, you will collect $10 billion. Now that whistleblowers policy, when APC now came, people now, they approached them. They say, I know this one, I know this PDP man. Now billion, now this is where he stored the money. Before you now know it, because they don't want to pay all those money, when people started giving them information, because they didn't want to pay all those money, they now said, they started releasing the identities of the whistleblowers. Baba, now so whistleblowers go on the run. Many whistleblowers right now, they are in exile. The money they promised them, they couldn't get it, They are alive. They don't even know if they are safe anywhere anymore. That's how Nigeria can mess you up. I just thought I should have that. Just so. 50,000. Lose your life. Was so maybe too much,
There's a guy in this platform that always call. When that guy call, when he give information, Mayegun is right. 99.9% right. But when people hear it, it can't happen now. It's right. I can tell you a governor in Ondo State.
One DSS here is JJ. And he always has his way of dropping the names.
I don't want to mention name. I don't want to mention name, whatever.
But JJ is the one that always plays Captain, Captain Find It. Kind of.
I want to give people that are listening to me now. I want them to hear what I want to say. There's a governor in Ondo State. Apart from Agagu, when Agagu was on the power, I was telling people that you know Agagu is building the refinery outside Nigeria. They said no. When the guy died, they get to know that he's building something outside. Refinery. There's a governor in Ondo State. Is ex-governor now. The money the guy looted, nobody can trace it because the guy, you can't give the guy a check. You bring your cash. You bring your cash. All cash into the Ghana must go. And that money can never be within my associates. Whatever is associate, whatever.
You cannot trace it now.
The money, you can't trace it. Even when the government left, they want to probe him. They look for everything. They can't find it. They can't find it because that is strategy the Kalu was using. That is why some of the things that Kalu did, they can't find it. It's only the one that they know.
People are going to see his name on them. I get it.
That is it. So all this they are doing, just forget about it. Then the issue of NEPA going on strike. Why are you raging, my ego?
Did you hear what I said?
Why are you raging?
I'm still wondering, nobody has given me a clear answer. How Wema Bank workers, how Wema Bank workers go they wait for salary or being paid by First Bank? I'm still wondering. MTN workers be getting paid.
You should understand better, my ego. You should understand better. Have you forgotten about this guy? Over there or whatever messages?
Obadia, my lafia. God bless you.
Yes. Have you forgotten about his messages? This guy cannot come when there's light. This guy cannot operate when there's light. So they want to go on strike. Let them go on strike. That's you. Nobody can come as easily. That is, see, this thing has just been, they want to test, they want to see the mind of people. Okay, you guys say you're going on strike. Let's say their reaction. They're not going on strike.
They suspended it for now, for 2 weeks.
So
they're going to go again, if they don't answer them.
That is that. If they go on strike, whatever is for Yoruba Nation to come, they want to pour something on fire.
Okay, I like that.
Then the last one.
I would welcome it, sir. Thank you so much.
The last one I want to chip in for other people to talk now is, you see, I want you to look at those people that bring their manifestos outside, even the Kolu, the PDP, whatever. You should be able to gain some kind of sense in their manifestos. See, all of them, they have station people writing what Mayego is giving out. How does he explain this? How does he do that? What is the solution to what he said? So if you are saying, we have not given their this thing, they are still looking at, okay, what they hear from Mayego, how does these people put their own? How do we put their own? So I was like, that day I heard about the articles, I was like, oh, why is Mayego doing this? Okay. I can't find this.
I can't find it. But he can't defend it because he's lying. He said, go and read it. I said, Baba, leave manifesto. Tell us how you want to do the manifesto.
That is why I said, listen to them and listen to your program. Go and look at, they cut it and they write it. They just write it and they read it to him. He cannot defend it because he doesn't listen to you. Those people that are assigned to listen to you, they're the campaign officer. Okay, bring this thing out. Don't worry, when Kalu bring his own out, your mind will be blown out. This is what we are saying on our program. See what he's bringing out. Or be all of the Americans are going to be like almost unparalleled the same thing. So, this kind of thing, I don't want all these people in this group, I don't want them to be like lose their mind. Let us just focus on what we are doing. When you focus on what we are doing, then their mind, their game that they are playing, we outplay them. Hello? What we are doing, hello? Their mind, their game that they are playing, we outplay them. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Mayogu, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Trust me. Your speaker is faulty. Can you check it out, please? There's something wrong somewhere. Hello? 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 Yeah, I believe you can hear me, but I can't even hear you. Yeah, I believe you can hear me, but I can't even hear you. And check if your mic is off.
Everything looks fine from this end, so I'm just going to have to end the broadcast.
The Azoi is trying to work. The Azoi. Anyway, thank you for the good work, and I believe that God has been blessing you so far. And
I'm going to let you speak directly to the people, right? You're going to tell them that my voice, I understand my microphone is off, and I'm just going to let you speak. I'll be listening to you. Everybody can hear you, but they can't hear me, okay? Let them know that, and then we'll round it up, okay? Just for about 5-10 minutes, please. Make it quick.
Thank you for the good work, and God has been blessing you. And relatively, we have been blessed as well because of the information that you bring here. You've made a lot of people to rub minds together and try to be as informative as we can. I wanted to send you a video recently today. That video was made by Al Mustafa, former CEO or C whatever to late General Sani Abacha. You know, sometimes you do not look at the person who is conveying the message, but sometimes you look at the content of his message.
the content of the things that he said, the topic, the subject he touched about, you will find out that this country, Nigeria, is a mess, is a rot. Because he comes out and tells you the way it is. And let us not pretend as if they do not know what is happening. All of them within the corridors of power, they all know what is happening in that country today. It brings me to the issue of the governor of Ondo State saying that he was going to give 50,000 naira to whosoever that is giving them information. That is a big joke. It's the fallacy of the century. Because they all know, if a recruit in the Nigerian police knows these people, it is very invariably Buhari knows these people. Because wearing that uniform, you are representing whosoever is the president, because he said the president is the chief security officer of the federation. So those recruits, they know where these people are.
They do.
So you are not going to tell me that you are going to give somebody 50,000 naira. And we will know who is the person that individual is going to talk to. That individual is going to talk to a policeman at the police station. Then what happens next? They will say, I come sit down for counter. From counter, two of your hands will become one. You are going into the prison for knowing what you are not supposed to know. So my brother, they know these people. I have a friend of mine who was a military officer before. He said that when in Sambisa, that same Sambisa, they have a common market. The terrorist will put AK-47 on his neck and the soldier will be looking at the terrorist, and they will be buying foodstuff in the same place. So are you telling me that the terrorists, the terrorists don't know the soldier don't know the terrorists?
They do.
All these things are big lies. So let nobody fall into their trap, because if you do that thing that they said, trust me, you will be the one to regret it, because your small little naira that you have, you will use it to give police that, please, Oga, leave me. I beg you, leave me. So all these things are lies from the pit of hell. They know them more than we know. Okay, what is the origination of ammunition in Nigeria that we are seeing? The origination of ammunition in Nigeria, at least we were not legalized to carry arms, but the reason we have different ammunition in Nigeria, let's not be deceived that they said, it's people from Libya. That's a big lie. The truth is that our politicians have these guns in different capacities. They have it during their election, they would distribute it among their area boys. And what do you think that will happen? Coupled with the fact at the end of the day, the president and his gang, I call them gang, with his gang, they open up the northern border and everybody can come into Nigeria just the way they want. Even when he was not satisfied, the president came out and told Nigerians that, they are going to do visa free for everybody that wants to come to Nigeria. Who wants to come to Nigeria? Who wants to come to Nigeria? Since 2015 or before 2015, who wants to come to Nigeria? The people that want to come to Nigeria, it is still the Fulani people that they have a vision of since 1890-something that Nigeria is their ancestral land. Those are the people who want to come to Nigeria.
They defended them publicly anyway, didn't they?
Yes. So those are the people. They went. Kaduna Littlefinger, he went. And
that Bauchi one, the one from Bauchi, don't forget
and the one from Bauchi. Yes. They went over there to bring them, to ask them that they should come, that Nigeria is their ancestral, that your brother is now the president of the nation.
Yes.
So what do you expect? I am not saying that don't bring these people. Since you open the northern border, open it. But what we want is give us the capacity whereby we ourselves we can close our own border or defend our borders the way we want.
Yes.
We are not asking for breakup. I still keep saying this thing. What we are asking for is referendum. If you put it in that constitution, it will make it a constitution. As it is now, it's not a constitution, it's a decree. But if you put
no constitution
that
at all.
referendum, yes, which makes it possible for me to have a say in the contraction or in that marriage, believe me, then it's a constitution. But as it is now, it's not a constitution. It's a decree. It's a military decree. They didn't tell us they were going to give us a new decree. Abdul Salami Abubakar did not tell us he was going to give us a new decree. The hit that decree was written until Obasanjo entered office.
Some of them may not even know what you are talking. Osita, do you have a minute? Let's show it to them. Yeah. When we talk about that trash that divided us more than unite us, the decree dropped by Abdul Salami Abubakar. Osita, just a minute. Let's show this to them, our viewers.
10 things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, this 1999 Constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient, over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable? This and many.
Osita.
Yes.
Are you there, sir?
You know,
I just thought I could help you with some tips for people to understand what you were saying. Go on, sir.
Yes. Now, if you come out to say, oh, we want to break away, even the international community will say, oh, no, we cannot put our mouth in this thing because it's an internal issue. That is a sovereign state. But at least what we are asking for, through wisdom, by wisdom, in wisdom, the only thing we've asked for, put that referendum inside that constitution.
Let the people decide.
And
let them choose.
And let people decide
if they want to still be in Nigeria or they want to leave.
That is the only thing that we are asking for. We like somebody said today, we've been more educated than what people think we are.
Yes.
We've been more educated. Even everybody knows that there is no agitator in Nigeria who wants a breakaway like Nnamdi Kanu. But at the end of the day, look at the content of his message. What he's asking for is a referendum. He's not telling you that he wants to take it.
He said, we are not asking for war. We want to leave Nigeria and we want a referendum. But in the process of us asking for this peacefully, if you attack us, if you kill us, we will defend ourselves. Nigeria misrepresented that to a call for war. And to this day, that's what many of them are trying to interpret it as. But we heard him clearly, like you said, Osita. Go on.
So that is where we are. So I want people to understand something. We've been lied to for a very long time.
We have been lied to.
We've been deceived for a very long time. Even our parents did not help matters.
Yeah.
Even our forefathers did not help matters.
Our
but
religious
now
leaders,
that
they've never helped too.
They did not help matters. The traditional rulers has never helped matters. But now we know the truth. The Bible says is that the truth, it is the truth that you do, the one that you practice, that will set you free.
That's right.
It is not just the one you hear. So what I am saying is, let's stop taking this line. Let's stop apportioning blame, because the same pain, me that I'm an Igbo man, is feeling, that is the same pain the ethnic man, the Yoruba man, the Ebibio, everybody is facing.
God bless you, Sita.
Let us come to reality. Thank you very much, my brother.
God will bless you, sir. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, Osita. I'm sorry for that first audio glitch. I think I'm due for new equipment, by the way. I need a new laptop, a very, very upgraded one, and maybe some of my equipment too. I'm beginning to have technical problems.
Let us know about it and let us know what we can do.
No, Sita, now you do. Anyway, so thank you. I will get better once I get better equipment as well. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. So take care, Baba, and you have a good one. So that's Osita there, and that's how we're going to draw the curtains. I apologize to everyone who experienced that glitch earlier. I think I'm getting to that part where I need to upgrade this. I thought I got this a year ago, and it was so good. It's even like less than a year ago. Probably it's doing more than what I thought it would be able to do. However, I've had a wonderful night, shared a beautiful night, and then with a lot of people, a lot of you, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ideas contributed by other people who called in, Empress, Alexandra, and Alenora, my dear sister, and every one of you who actually took your time to call in, comment, share, and all that stuff. I appreciate, and I believe I have impacted one or two things. And you tonight, it's not a waste of time at all. If you are just joining us, you can watch this from the start again. I mean, it's quite interesting. The first 90 minutes of it is me talking, while the other parts are from other people from all over the world who contributed as well, including from Nigeria. So I have dropped mine, and I hope you will never remain the same again. We all know what we want. We all want to live. We all want to be happy. We all want to be with our families. We want to be peaceful. But the criminals in charge of our different, our different regions seems not to know that, their nonchalance, or let me say their irresponsibility, will not just cost us our own sleep. It will cost them theirs too, even if they are buying time for now. Nobody is going to escape it. Yesterday's survivors are today's victims, we said. And today's survivors are going to be tomorrow's victims. Everybody is living for the day. Now, before it becomes your own turn, maybe, just maybe, you will join the team of people, or team of, right thinkers. People who are thinking outside the box, not the zombies that are being led by their noses, by the same criminals who put you in this mess in the first place, offering to take you out of the mess as well. Some of us have seen through them, and we are not just comfortable being lied to again. They lied to us. They are doing it again. And you can stop them before you become a victim too. I'm going to see you some other time, and I wish you all the best. Until then, stay safe, read the room, and be so security conscious as you can. And my own warning is this: if you know the camp of the terrorists, I will advise, be careful who you are sharing that information with. In other words, so that you don't end up where you don't want to be. These criminals, these politicians, they know them. And they also have the capacity to stop them. If they are not using their resources to do that, and baiting many, many of us who are potential victims anyway, think twice, thrice, possibly, try, or even 4 times before you actually take any step in that regard. And if you have to, do so anonymously. Your life should be worthy or worth more than 50,000 naira. Do it for patriotism if you have to at all, okay? I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ láwọn tó jódodo.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí náà ibi nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ báàkì lẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.